Hopefully this is gonna work. All right, so let's go ahead and come to the top of your mat, a big stretch, and then we're gonna do some air squats. So get your feet about hip width apart or so. We're squatting down. Inhale, big stand, big breath, and exhale, we're squatting it down. Quick warm up here, inhale. Good, knees bend, send your hips back. Inhale. Good, send your hips back. Let's do that twice more. Nice. Okay, so we're in our squats. We're gonna step it out to the side, back to center. Step it out to the side, back to center a few times. You can work your arms at the same time. Good. Just want to get us going this morning. So remember, yogis, you're squatting to the comfortness of your knees and hips. Good. You might even want to add some weights. I know Hillary, you like to add weights. A couple of you, Bill, you guys have your weights. Good. Let's come up to standing. Feet are hip width apart, a little bit wider, and we're taking those golf swings. When you swing, that opposite heel lifts off the ground every time. Good. Good. 3, 2, 1, and we're stretching side to side. I'm lifting my heel. You can keep it down on the floor. Good. Just getting that breath, moving, the body moving. Good. Awesome. Okay, knees bend, and we're twisting it side to side. Good. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming to stand. Feet are basically together. Knee to chest. Knee to chest. If that doesn't feel good, you can do a little pony craniums. Okay. But if you're ready to amp it up a little bit, knee to chest. Sometimes I just like to get going in the morning. It's a good time to do that. 3, 2, 1. Feet are hip width apart. Let's inhale, reaching up. Knees bend as we forward fold. Good. Let's come to that flat back. Chest reaching forward. Exhale, forward fold. From your squat, inhale all the way up to stand. A couple times just to keep warming up. Exhale, forward bend. Notice my knees are very bent. Then we come to a flat back. Long neck, long spine. Forward bend. Through your yoga squat, come all the way up to stand. One more time, you guys, forward bend, knees bend. Take the pressure off the back. And then we come to that flat back. Maybe your legs are a little straighter now. Long neck, long spine. Good. Forward bend. And then through your squat all the way up to stand. Good. Go ahead and walk to the back of your mat. Can everyone see? Sorry, let me just check the video on Zoom. Yes. Let me put this on. I'm sorry to do this. Put this on speaker view so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, back of the mat, inhale, reaching upwards. Bend your knees as you forward bend. We're crab crawling all the way through to upward facing dog and then walking it back. Do this 3 times on your own. Rolling it up to stand. One more time. One more time, upward facing dog. And then we're gonna land in child's pose. Child's pose, yogis. Take a deep breath in. Hands and knees, cat, cow. Good. Okay, bringing the knees a little closer. I'm stepping my right foot back and pushing into the heel and switching that up, side to side. And then we're gonna make our way back into our downward facing dog. Knees bent so you can start to press through the heels. Neck is long. Relax. Good. All right, you guys, we're gonna walk it all the way forward, top of the mat, and sit into a squat. Yogi's choice. You know, maybe it's better for your knees to be here for your squat. Maybe some of you can get really deep into it, yeah. Neck is relaxed. Good. Fingertips come to the floor, lift your hips. Take your hands onto your legs, press into your legs all the way up to stand, and we're ready to go for our vinyasa. So coming to the top of the mat. Starting with feet about hip width apart. Arms swing up as you step into your right foot. That heel is lifted. Big stretch in the belly. Bend your knees as you forward bend. Stand up on the left leg. We're in standing split. Stepping down, right foot, that's my back foot. Knee comes to the floor. Flatten your foot if that's okay for you. Reaching up with the arms. Then you come to kind of a middle place with your lunge, and we're twisting. That doesn't feel good. You stay here, or you come back into cat-cow. Otherwise, yogis, we're twisting. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the floor. You step back into a 3-legged dog. Big step up. And then you're stepping your left foot forward again through the hands. This is why we wanted to warm up. A lot of action right away. Come into your lunge. And then we're going to hold that twist. Right elbow, left knee. Again, other variations would just be coming here with the arms or just here for your twist. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hands come back down to the floor. We step into a plank. Plank here could touch your knees. Could add your fitness by jumping out to the outer edges of your mat. 3, 2, 1. We drop the knees onto the mat. Lift your feet. 3 pushbacks to your child's pose. Chest to the floor if you can, and press it back to child's. Could come halfway to child's. Let's do one more. Good. To child's pose, downward facing dog. Good. Spend a second here. Walk through your heels. And then let's walk forward right into that squat, that deep squat. Good. Take your fingertips to the floor. We lift the hips so we get our forward bend. Come back into our yoga squat to stand. So that's the basic pattern. And hands come back into the heart center. Good, so let's start again. Left foot stepping back, big stretch. Bending both knees as you forward bend. Good, step onto your right leg. We come into that standing split just for a sec. Left foot steps down, knee to the floor. Okay, you could be here. You could reach your arms up, stretch, hip flexors. And then we're taking that active twist. Pull the belly in. Good. So you're really strong in the core. 3, 2, 1. We're pushing back to a 3-legged dog. Right leg lifting up. And then we're stepping that right foot back through the hands for that low lunge. Again, you could stay here. You could take left elbow to right knee. If that doesn't feel good for your body, then maybe you're here. 3, 2, 1. We're going to plank pose. You could stay here. You could amp up your fitness. You could also rest with your knees on the ground. So lots of different options. 3, 2, 1. Touch the knees down. We're taking 3 pushbacks. Okay, yogis, remember you can be here for your pushbacks. You've got 1 more. And we find downward facing dog. A little resting moment. Good, pressing into the heels, lengthen the shoulders away from the ears, and we're walking right forward into your squat variation. Ooh, I'm getting sweaty. Okay, fingertips come down to the floor. You lift your hips up, take that forward bend. Bend the knees so you come back to your yoga squat all the way up to stand. Inhale, and you're ready to go for the first side all over again. Good. So inhale, stretching up. Good. Exhale, forward bend. Left leg lifting up, standing split, and then stepping down, knee to the floor. Good, lunge. And then that active twisting lunge. So my left knee is back, right knee is forward. 3, 2, 1, hands come to the floor. I'm stepping backwards into my 3-legged dog. Left leg. Good. Sorry, you guys, I kind of screwed you up. Right foot is forward. Inhale. We'll fix it later. Good. Right foot is forward. Come into your lunge. And then we're taking our twist. Good. Breathing. Three, 2, 1. You go to plank pose. Remember, lots of options in plank. You could just stay here, really strong form. You could also take it up a notch for your fitness or tap your knees. 3, 2, 1. We drop the knees onto the floor, chest coming down, pushing all the way back to child's pose. Good, let's do 1 more. And find your downward facing dog. Walking all the way forward into our yoga squat. Those hips open. Good. Fingertips come to the floor, lifting up the hips. Then the knees come into your yoga squat all the way up to stand. Awesome job. So we're rolling the shoulders back a few times. Check in with your neck. Good. Good. Shoulders. Sweet. So let's come up to the top of your mat again. This time, right knee comes up towards your chest. Good. Maybe you extend through the heel, lifting through your kneecap, and then send your right leg back. We're going to step into a standing lunge this time. Good. Same thing. Arms come down. We take the active twist. A little bit more challenging now for balance. You could look forward, find your focal point, or really trick your brain and look side to side. 3, 2, we go into that twist. 1, right elbow to left knee, twist, or bind. Three, 2, 1, hands come down to the floor. Step back for your 3-legged dog. This is my left leg, and we take a 3-legged dog. Good. Left foot coming through the hands again, and you come into that standing lunge. Bending my right knee, my back knee, we take our lunge dips. 3, come to straight legs. 2, strong legs. 1, we dip it down and come back into our lunge. Hands will clasp behind your back, shoulder blades together. Yogis, you could stay here. You could straighten your back knee and lean forward. Really such an amazing pose. You're strengthening core, legs, obviously. Good. From here, hands will come to the floor. You come back through your standing split. So we changed it up a little bit. Feet come forward, yoga squat to stand. Inhale and exhale, hands coming down. Second side, right into it. Maybe your arms are here. Could be here. Could be awkward to throw yourself off balance. That helps strengthen your core. Extending through that left heel, left kneecaps lifting. And then send your left foot back. Try and hang, and then you step into your lunge. Okay, so we have our twisting lunge. Three, 2, we go into that twist. Plant the left elbow, right knee, and we have that active, strong twist. Good. 3, 2, 1, release the twist. You come back into your lunge. We're taking knee dips. One more. Nice. Good. And then from here, remember your fingertips Clasping your hands, got ahead of myself. Clasping your hands, chest opening. Maybe you want to lean forward and really strengthen this outer hip. Right leg, squeeze your glutes. Relax the chin. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going for that standing split. Hands come to the floor. Good. Squeeze your hamstrings. Lift through your glutes. And then you step into our yoga squat. So it's not as deep as the one before. Inhale. Woo. All the way up to stand. Standing onto the side of your mat. Let's stretch out the hips. I don't know about you guys, but I have one side that's stronger than the other. My left side is stronger than my right side. Good. From here, we're going to clasp the hands behind the back and take a forward bend. Hands come onto your legs, onto your hips, come up through a flat back, and then all the way up to standing. Inhale. Beautiful. Let's take our vinyasa again, but this time we're going to start in chair pose, Utkatasana. So you can bring your feet together. Taking our chair pose. Inhale. As you exhale, we're taking that forward bend. We walk or even jump the feet back to plank, yogi's choice, up dog, or you could stay in your low cobra. Okay, we're going right back into downward facing dog. From here, please step your right foot through the hands, and you're finding warrior 1. Left heel, that back heel is really pushing down into the floor. Push, push, push. Good. Shoulders relax. Belly pulls in to support your rib cage. From here, we're going to take a twist. Left elbow over the right knee. You could also just grab your legs or use your yoga props. Try and keep that back heel on the ground, you guys. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're coming back to warrior 1. So unwind, warrior 1. Bending the elbows. Let your head lean back into your hands. Keep that right knee bent. Good. Building strength in the legs. Open the chest. 3, 2, 1. Hands come all the way down onto the ground. Step back into 3-legged dog. So right leg bends. From here, you can roll through a 3-legged upward facing dog or set both feet on the ground and roll into upward facing. Back to downward facing dog. One foot and then the other one pedals. And then you can walk or jump forward right into your yoga squat. From yoga squat all the way up to stand, and we're ready to go second side. So bringing the feet together, chair pose, to forward bend, Uttanasana. Good. From here, walk it back to plank, up dog or cobra. Left leg will lift up, big stretch, and then you're stepping your left foot through. Now I'm grabbing my legs. I need a little assistance to push my foot through my hands. I'm not cheating. Right foot steps forward, both feet are on the floor, and we come up to warrior 1. Here's a strong pose, opening those hip flexors. Press into that back heel. Left foot is forward, knee is bent. Good. Okay, so we're going to drop back into a twist. Right elbow, left knee. Good. Keep pushing into that back heel. Keep breathing, you guys. Nice. 3, 2. We're going back to our warrior 1, 1. Come all the way up. If it feels okay for shoulders, you're resting your head, lifting your chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades and drop back into your legs. Good. 3, 2, 1. Take your hands to the floor. Step it all the way back to downward facing dog, 3-legged dog. Good. This time we're going to change it up. So your left foot comes back down, knees come to the floor. Take a brief rest in your child's pose. Stretch the back. Okay, yogis, so just wanting to work a little bit more on your arm, pectoral chest strength. Couple options here. One is that maybe your shoulders don't feel so hot today, so you're here, forearms clasping your hands, and you just move through a cat-cow variation. Those of you who want to amp up your strength a little bit, your elbows basically in line with your shoulders. Let's tuck your toes. Maybe you're here, belly's pulled in, good. Or you can start to lift your hips for a dolphin pose. So maybe you're staying there for, up to 5 breaths, resting, and then come up again. Things to watch out for. Try not to just drop your head towards the mat. Those of you who want a little more, you take the nose onto the hands and lift the hips back. 5 more times. Good. One more time. And we all take the knees to the ground and rest in child's pose, this time with the hands behind the heels. All right. Okay, coming up onto hands and knees. So we're kind of working towards a pose. Lots of squatting, lots of strengthening in the core and the arms. So a couple options I'm going to give you guys for the next pose. You could work into crow pose, Bakasana. Some of you already know that pose. Some of you want to kind of work on a fun fitness deal, so I'm going to show you that, all right? So if you're working into crow, you would want to start with your elbows inside your knees, and ultimately, knees will touch the back of your arms. Okay, maybe that's enough for you today. Maybe you could experiment leaning forward, one foot, and then the other comes off. Can't say this is my best pose. I'm gonna work on what I got. Good. Okay, so that could be you working on your crow. If that's not interesting to you today, you could come from your squat, hands down, jump back to plank, jump forward, and back. You're working your kind of your burpee fitness. Good. If you're doing your burpees, keep going. You're in crow. You're still experimenting. Got balance. 3, 2, 1. Everyone comes down from whatever pose you're in, and let's take a forward bend. The feet are pretty wide. could cross your arms or stand onto your feet. Okay, so let's do that one more time, you guys. If your wrists are feeling good, healthy, let's try crow one more time. Or you can take your jump backs. I can't say crow is my best pose, but there you go. Good. 3, 2, 1. Everyone comes out of the pose and stands on your hands. Or you can grab your toes, reach your chest forward, and take a really deep forward bend. Or grab your elbows. Okay, as you release your hands, take your hands onto your hips, come up to that flat back, and then all the way up to standing. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, let's just check in with shoulders, neck. How was that for you? Ooh. I haven't done crow in a while. Can't say it's my best pose, but it's worth practicing those balance poses. At least it's something fun, right? It gets us in a sparkly kind of mood, ready for the magic that's going to happen today, hopefully. Okay, so if you are near a wall, you may want to grab some wall space for support, or just, try it free range. Okay, a little bit of a challenging standing balance pose. So remember, we were here in the beginning of our practice, working through that. Now, you could stay there. You could reach, this is my left hand, left foot. You could reach down, maybe pull that knee up towards your armpit. Maybe you extend the pose. Good. Okay, so work with what you got. Those of you in the extended Utthita Prasarita Padottanasana, you guys stay there. Maybe this is better. Just hold the knee in towards your chest. The whole point of this is to work on your balance and trust in yourself. Strong core, strong legs. We've been working really hard, staying there for 2 more breaths. 2, 1, slowly, so don't just fling your legs, and collapse. Slowly releasing your feet and arms on purpose, and we come back into mountain pose. We're going to be able to have a couple tries. Okay, so now I'm leaning my weight onto my left leg, lifting up my right. So maybe I'm grabbing my toe, maybe I'm just working my balance here. That's pretty challenging, or I'm taking that extended pose. Utthita Prasarita Padottanasana. Good. For all you yogis out there. Good. 3, hang tight. 2, with control. 1, you slowly come out of the pose and come back into mountain pose. You guys, let's just take a moment, close your eyes. Lift your toes off the floor. I want you to feel that firm foundation under your feet. So we have the first round of practice, kind of maybe a little spastic or something at first, but now we can really get into our grounding. Take a big breath. Release any tension. And let's start over first side again. So I'm leaning onto my right side, left knee coming up. Lots of different phases. You want to find your focal point and then take your pose. Yeah, maybe there's a smile. Maybe you can lift your eyes this time. Yes, we're alive. Good. 3, still strong. 2, remember to control your way out. 1, Slowly release. Let's come to our firm foundation. Regroup. Good. And then get ready to rock it. Lots of variations. And the full pose. Good. 3, 2, slowly. 1, coming out. Nice. Right back to your mountain pose. Good. Samastitihi. Neck, shoulders, the arms relax. Good. Okay, take your right hand forward, place that on your left shoulder, left arm, right shoulder. Give yourself a squeeze because we all need hugs, especially in this weird virtual, hugless time for some of us. So give yourself a big squeeze. That was a tough way to, start your practice. Right away, jumping into it. You guys rock. So we're going to take it to the mat now for a little bit more flexibility training. Good job. Awesome. Okay. Grab one of your towels. So Mike, we often have towels and stuff for our practices. Anyone just joining us from Zillow, thank you so much. Great to see you. We usually grab a couple towels for our practice. Okay, not everyone's favorite thing to do, but it's worth continuing to stretch those hamstrings. Yay! Rocking my hips side to side so I clear the runway back there. And then I'm gonna wind up the towel a little bit. Here's some advice for this pose. Some of us, this is kind of what we're working with. It's okay. This pose takes a long time to create flexibility in the low back and hamstrings and hips, especially if you're undoing a lifetime of, stiffness or soreness in your back. So move really slow. We're pretty well warmed up, so you guys should have some good results. Lifting my chest, drawing my shoulder blades a little together. I'm reaching forward with my heart, not with rounded shoulders, okay? So that means you keep your sit bones as if your sit bones could keep moving back as your heart moves forward. You're gonna feel them right away. You're gonna touch those hamstrings pretty quickly. So maybe you're just here. Breathing in, breathing out. This reminds you you're alive. Yes, hamstrings. Some of you guys can go a little deeper, more experienced yogis, you know how to round your chin and your shoulders a little bit without giving up on reaching forward with your heart, okay? So the moment that you hollow your belly and totally round out, you're taking the focus off your hamstrings. That is cheating. So you want to lift your chest. Good. Release. And then move back into it. 3, 2, 1. We're going to release. You can let go of your towel. Let's press the hands flat down into the floor as you lift your chest. This is a pose, actually. It's called Dandasana. Good. Lifting. Chin. Good. And let's get those hamstrings one more time. I know, it sucks. You could do Padottanasana. No, not Padottanasana. Paschimottanasana, westward facing pose. Or you could do a variation, one leg at a time. This is my right knee bending, taking sort of a tree pose look. You could go one at a time. This feels great if you want to really release that hip. Again, not hollowing the belly, reaching forward with your heart. Jaws soft. doing the one-legged variation. Let's switch that up. Remember, your sit bones keep sliding back. Using that towel as a good prop, or belt is a really nice prop too. Good. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. So just in keeping with the spirit of our bound poses. You could be here. You could slowly start to work into, I don't remember the name of this pose, actually. You could be here, grabbing your feet or your toes. Remember, you're lifting your chest. You're not hollowing out the belly. Some of you like a big challenge, and you're extending through your legs, your arms, chest is lifted, you're smiling. Yes. Face is relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Knees bend and take your feet onto the floor. Nice job, you guys. Let's lay on our backs. Good. Open the knees out once you come onto your back. And then from here, let's take the towel. I'm just gonna wad that sucker up in between my knees, legs side to side. Good. Coming back to center, we worked on thread the needle last time. I'm going to take my towel behind my head because I'm going to go for that bigger thread the needle, you know, the full pose. Right foot on top of left leg, reaching all the way around. Make sure your head can rest on something. And that's an awesome stretch for your glutes and your low back. Good, so you guys are gonna hold that pose. I'm gonna just grab a quick drink of water. Face is relaxed, everybody. Good. 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's come into our happy baby pose, or just knees to armpit. So a lot of stretching the inner thighs and hips, and also strengthening arms, strengthening core today. Notice this is the same pose you did for crow. Okay, so just doing different variations the whole class to get your hips warmed up and strong, your core, your arms, kind of, yeah, that full body workout today. Let's take the second side. Thread the needle. Left foot over the top of the right leg. Good. Let's take a big breath. Exhale. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're going right into our bridge pose. I think we've worked with that a lot, so let's see if you can go right into it. Hips are lifted, shoulders pulled together. If you have flexibility, you're grabbing your hands. Otherwise, you're pushing your arms firmly down. Once you're there, you soften your glutes up a little bit. Put the weight down onto your feet. Keep those hips moving skyward, soften glutes. Good. Tips of collarbones pressing down, super long neck. 3, 2, 1, and slowly coming down. Good. Let's hug your left knee to your chest and twist it out. So left knee goes to the right. And then rolling onto your back, hugging both knees to your chest. Left leg extends, right knee stays into your chest, and then we're going to twist. So right knee goes to the left. Rolling onto your back, you guys. Hugging knees to chest. If you bring your feet together and flex your feet, that's a little more target zone for your glutes, low back. And then we're ready for Shavasana. Yay! Legs extend. If that's comfortable for you, you can take your traditional Shavasana. If you want to, cover yourself with a blanket or something, sweater. That doesn't feel good to have your legs extended. I would bend knees, touch your knees together. So start to settle into your Shavasana. Make this as comfortable as you can. I'm going to be here for about a minute or so. Breathing. Good. Slowly moving into your Shavasana. Yogis, let's take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Doing that one more time. Breathing in. Exhaling. Allowing your body to melt down into the floor. Let's take another breath. Inhale slowly through the nose. Hold the breath in for just a second and exhale. You let your bones feel heavy down into the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's take a deep inhale breath as you start to stretch through your fingers and toes. Maybe stretching your arms up overhead. Stretch through your feet, your ankles, toes. Again, taking another inhale breath, a big, long, full body stretch. And exhale, knees pull to your chest. From here, rolling to one side and then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. I want to continue with a little breathing practice before we finish our physical yoga practice. Get yourself comfortable, sitting upwards. Maybe put your towel underneath your seat. And then you can lift up your right hand. This is my right hand, placing the first two fingers on my pituitary gland, that third eye. And then your thumb will gently close the right nostril so you can breathe through the left side. You inhale slowly through the left side. Exhale through the left side. Inhale slowly through the left side. Hold the breath as you close the left side ring finger, open the right, let your thumb, and exhale the right side. Breathing in slowly, right side. Exhale the right side. Breathe in the right side and then close with your thumb. Open the left and exhale. So slowly following that pattern, we'll be here for about a minute and I'll let you know when we can move on. Next time that you exhale from the right nostril, you can release your hands onto your knees for our silent meditation. Let's bring the hands together at the heart center, yogis. Take an inhale breath and exhale. With thanks and gratitude, we finish our yoga practice today. And have a great day. Namaste. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming today. Zoomers and Facebookers, we're here. We're always on Facebook, Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:30. Mondays is with my Zoom channel. So those of you on Zoom, you guys can open up your unmute yourself. Let me see your faces, your videos. Okay, so Mondays we're on my Zoom channel and Facebook. Wednesdays, currently, we're on Seattle Athletic Club's Zoom channel. It's an open channel, so I'll try to remember to pass all these things along. Forgive me, it's still kind of overwhelming for me a little bit with all the different cameras and Zooming and all that stuff, but hopefully I'm getting it more dialed in. Loving your feedback. Bill, you've been great on giving me feedback. Dominique as well, and a couple of you, Julie, Kari. That really helps me. The other thing that really helps me too is remember to, on Facebook, and you guys on Zoom can jump onto my Facebook page, Performance Yoga Training, and then write, I love to hear your comments in the comment feed. That helps me so much to know how to serve you better in our yoga classes. So have a great day.